Transformers, Hearts of Steel, Optimus Prime, Starscream 2-pack. We got steampunk Transformers. How cool is that? This packaging is wonderful. I love this artwork. So cool. But everything on here is embossed. Makes you really not want to toss the thing because it's so cool. On the back we can see what we're actually dealing with here. We got Optimus Prime as a train engine here, and he's looking real cool. And Starscream is a steampunk style Da Vinci flying machine. Hella cool. I can dig it. And this has a actual slip case, and it folds open for each individual guy because they're 2 deluxe class figures. So let's take a look at them. Damn, this Starscream is swooshable, and he rolls good too. I like this guy a lot. Hella cool. But Prime rolls just as good, if not better. This is a fantastic 2-pack. Each figure is a deluxe scale. Those each retail for $25, and this thing was $55 bundled together. So just a little bit extra because it's a premium set, and I'm pretty cool with that. And I'm also really happy about the deluxe scale. I know some people have been talking online about disappointment that they're not Voyager size, but I like them this size. I can actually collect them, and shoot, it wouldn't be affordable to buy the 2-pack if it was at a Voyager or larger scale. But Optimus Prime looks great here as this engine. I like we got that cow catcher there. Yeah, this is just a real good looking front. I like it. I like it a lot. I can see the arguments about it looking a little bit toyish, but you know, it is a toy, and it's using bright colors because the thing is brightly colored, so I can dig it. I think it's cool. If anything, it's just a missed opportunity to give us a little bit of a a little bit of a tender or something in the back there, you know, especially since Optimus always has his trailers. But man, let's take a look at this Starscream here. This thing is so flippin' cool looking. It's just kind of wild. I don't know what's going on with all these crazy bat wing things going on, because we got these spike wings popping out here, and I just don't see what use those are with these wings and these wings up here, along with all the propellers and stuff. But man, it is a cool looking design. All this stuff spins. So he rolls, he swooshes, he spins, and you got your rail gun, null ray blasters there. I dig that. Great detailing. I love just all the rivets and welding we see on these figures here. We got the kind of little turbine engine going up in there. Very cool. And from the underside, you can see we get that Decepticon symbol there, so that's radical. I kind of wish we got that up top too, though. That would have been nice if it was double-sided. That's my biggest complaint, really, just because I think that this figure really surprised me. I thought I was going to love Optimus and this guy would be a little so-so, but in hand, this guy might be my favorite. I don't like how his hands are just sticking in the back. That's probably the worst part about this whole set, is that right there, and a little bit of trouble with Optimus transforming. But we'll get to that later. But what a great looking figure. And yeah, this guy, just again, great details on him. So much fun. I like them. They roll good. Does everything you need it to do. Pretty small scale though. So let's get a short comparison here. And here we can see Steampunk Prime with various other sized Optimus Primes that I have here. So this is a larger one from the movie. This is back in the day. That's from the first movie. A repaint to look like the original. This one here is that new G2 version. Here's our choo-choo train, and here is our recent deluxe G1 toy. So you can see these two are very much in scale, but when looked at next to a larger Voyager sized truck, he pales in comparison. Like, he just takes up the front of the cab there. Same thing with this one. This one's real beefy. So I can see a little bit of the complaints that he's a tiny fella, but I like him just because of the size. He's easy to put on the shelf, fun to play with, and he's affordable, which is very important, because if he wasn't, I wouldn't be doing this video right now. I don't have a larger Starscream available, but this is the Deluxe steampunk Starscream with the core class Starscream here, which I think is a 10 out of 10 superb figure for its beautiful simplicity and absolute play value. So get one of these if you don't have him. But yeah, he's a little bit bigger. This guy is absolutely fantastic. Just one of the most swooshable things ever. And what a unique, fun design. I love how he rolls so well. I love that he's got all the spinning parts. And yeah, this is just a wild design and cool figure. So let's get to transforming him. Okay, so one of the first things you want to do for this guy is get him upside down, and we're just taking these parts of the legs and kind of pulling it loose from this wing area right here and just undoing that tab. And then we're going to take this back here and we're going to pull that out, untabbing this from these right here, and we're just going to kind of spin these around so the tabs are facing inward. Bring that back in and pull this all the way out and just straighten these out because we're getting the legs going. But man, look at that detail there. Great sculpting on these figures, just really putting the design of the steampunk sort of technology and whatnot, just kind of molded into them. So I love that. So we're just going to swing these around out. Just getting the legs oriented, and we're just going to pull these down to get the feet going. So we got this little kind of walker dude. And that looks pretty radical just as it is right there. But what we're going to want to do here is grab onto this bit here and pull this out, and we're disconnecting this from right up here. You can see we got these holes in there that these tab into. And fold that down, and we're just going to fold this up, and that's going to snap and peg in there. So do that for both sides. Move that up that away. Now we're going to take this whole thing and just click and swing it down, and that's going to make these kind of cool hanging down skirt pieces here. It's pretty radical. And now we're going to disconnect these arms here a little bit and spin the guns backward. So disconnect these from the wing and spin the guns this way, and we're just going to move the arms all the way up, and then we're going to take this whole section here, and we're essentially going to be bringing that down and just folding it over. And yeah, just reorient the arms a little bit. That should click into place. And this back here, what you're going to want to do is lift this thing up, and we're just going to kind of unfold this out, and it's just supposed to kind of go up and hang over his head like that. Alright, now you just gotta swing his arms out like that, and that's him pretty much. Actually, you're supposed to fold his wings in, which does look really cool, especially if you have him on the ground instead of flying. However, you don't see the cool Decepticon symbols that are printed on the bottom of his wings, and those face out in this mode, but they face underneath, so we don't really see them in his actual vehicle mode there. So that's a disappointment. If you don't have his wings out in robot mode, they don't really get seen. So it's your choice on how you want to display him. But man, this guy is really cool. He's got some limitations in what he can do posability because of like these flaps here, but he's got a pretty good reach with his skirt being able to move up there, but because of those tabs in the back of that connection, he still can't move his leg any further than that. So a little bit limited in leg articulation and what you can do with that, even with the movability of that skirt there. But his arms got pretty good posability. You can move the shoulders up and down. You got a pretty good swing out joint, but this round bit here does block a little bit of the articulation and the movement as far as getting a really completely T-pose straight arm. That's about as far as he can go, but still pretty good. I like how these elbows just have a good ratchet. Can you hear that good? Man, I dig that. The sculpting on this right here just looks fantastic. The sculpting on this whole thing is just phenomenal. If we look at the head, you know, it's got a really cool head sculpt, which carries over that sort of baddish design to the little crest there. We don't really see his eyes too well, but they are painted red. You just can barely catch them. There we go. They're really hard to see even in person, but especially on screen. Now this is supposed to be folded up, the wings up and this hung over, but you can easily just fold it back down too and have a little bit more of a clean profile look there, and you do see the head a little bit better that way. It just gets more light. So it's your choice on how you want to do a thing. But and robot mode comparisons, Deluxe class Steampunk Starscream with his core class counterpart. They're both looking fantastic and posed. You can see they both have great detail, and the scale's pretty good. You got a much smaller on this one. This guy is on the larger side of a Deluxe scale, I would say, and let's get him out of the way and focus more on the star of the show. Just his size, I like it. I do really like the size we're working with here. He looks good. I have nothing but fantastic things to say about this dude. I just like him so much more in hand, and highly recommend this box set. But yeah, let's transform him back. So first thing you want to do is just get him all straightened out like that there. And then pretty much you're going to want to be moving his arms upwards and out. And let's fold this back and in. And also pull that out a little. Now let's lift this skirt up while also making sure we align these so they're not blocking or hitting that. And what we're going to do is we're going to lift this whole thing and just bring it up that way. And then we're going to be taking the arms and we're going to swing them down while also making sure that we keep this part clicked out, because it's going to want to go back in too. At the same time, we want to swing this around so the guns are facing out, and that will take this tab right here and plug it into that hole. So bringing that down, and that's just going to click into place there. So swing this down while turning that in, and as you're doing that, you want to also make sure these bits stay folded out here like that. And then we're just going to swing these around, and they're just going to orient like that. And we're going to lift this skirt area up like so. Fold these out, and then just pull this over and align these tabs and click it all into place. Doing that on both sides. Just snapping that in. We're going to fold this down, and these pegs right here are going to click into here, and that's just going to go like that there. So Then we want to take this bit here and just fold this in, just folding the ankles backwards and in. Now take this tail area here and pull it back a little bit while I'm pulling this crotch area forward. Now loosen things, and then you're just bringing the legs all the way back and bringing them out so these tabs align with the holes in here, and just getting those to where they're right in place and just kind of click in until they're kind of solid and in there. Then you're just going to want to fold them in so they're going that direction, and bring the legs out and fold this all the way in, and then at the knee here you're going to bring it inward. And if I lift this up here, you'll see we're going to take these tabs here and click them right into that there. So it's just going to tab into place. There we go. So just do that for both sides. Bring the knee in a little while just tilting it a little bit so you can align that stuff. And you can see it right there going in. Just kind of tabbing in there. Just press it down firm. And there you go. Just double check and make sure these are all clicked into place. That's all solid and in, and there you go. That's a pretty cool vehicle mode. I can dig it. We're back into plane mode. He is a whole lot of fun. Oh, got to make sure you fold this all the way down. You can have that up if you want, but it's supposed to be folded down and back. Very cool. But let's take a look at Optimus. Let's transform this train here. First thing we want to do is take the smokestack off, and we're going to take this top off here, and I love that Autobot print there. Now what we're going to do is pretty much we're just taking this whole bottom back area and splitting that apart, and we're going to pull that down and out. So down and out, and we're just going to make the legs here real quick. So you're going to ratchet and fold this out. You're going to take this foot area and just swing that down, and then this part you're going to bring that in and down, so that's going to click this into there and this into here, and you'll just hear a nice little snap. So this is going to ratchet out, take the feet, push them down, bring that in, clicking that into place. And there you got to make sure you get everything in there proper. There you got the legs pretty much done, although not quite balanced proper, but you got a bit of a train walker here, so that's kind of fun. I can dig that. So we're going to take this here, and we're just kind of splitting that apart, and I just got to point out I love that design we got there. They got this wonderful sculpted detail of all the like era type technology up in there. Very cool. So we're just bringing that out, and we're going to take this whole thing and just grab it by that, and we're just going to sort of swing this down, and you can kind of bring these down around this way just to get that out of the way there. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to bring the head down, and this back here, and hold on. So we're going to, like that, bring that and snapping it all the way up, and we're just bringing this up as we bring that down, and this should just snap into place like that there. And we're just making the top, and these are just the arms. So swing this around that way and kind of fold them out. You can see it from the other side, like just bring that down that way, folding it out. There you go. There's his robot mode pretty much, and then you just take his cow catcher there, and you just kind of untab this from the middle, and you can pose that to get a cooler looking angle, but he's a rad looking dude. Good articulation. He's got a full-on swivel all the way around, and he can go up and down. You got a joint right there too to swivel all the way around, and you got that good knee movement. So he can do all sorts of leg posing. Plus you got the ankle pivot, and both him and Starscream have that. I don't think I mentioned that earlier. But you get a lot more details on him, and here you can see his legs looking good. We got those rolling wheels there for for those legs, which is just how an Optimus always is. That chest looks fantastic. The head sculpt is wonderful. The eyes still a little bit harder to see, and you get the blue eyes on the blue body. But man, that looks good. I love all the rivets and the welding details on them. Looks so good. The hands are painted this wonderful metallic blue that's just a little bit lighter than everything else and makes it stand out. Very cool. I dig it. Arms have good posability. Gotta watch out, make sure those click in all the way. But good posability. You have sort of a reverse butterfly there, just from how that transformation goes, so you can get crazy articulation if you don't mind a little weird gappage. But you can move all the way up and down like that. You got inside here, can spin around, go up and down. You got good elbow there. The head can do all sorts of stuff because it's just on a good ball joint. He's a good posable figure that can do a lot of cool stuff. And we can get his weapons going here. For the smokestack, you just open this up here, flip this barrel out, and you got a cool Optimus gun. And he looks rad there. But this right here becomes a shield, which you can not really have him hold so much. It doesn't really hold too well in his hand, but you can peg it into this hole here and get a cool sort of riot shield type of thing going. I dig that. That's a good look. He looks kicking. Doing a little edit because I forgot to show you how to turn him into a train again. So let's do that real quick. First thing you want to do is just turn the arms in this way, and we're just folding this stuff kind of closed in on itself, and we're just going to kind of pull this back a little bit, angling that out, and that's going to allow us to bring this back, and we're going to lift that up and just kind of bringing that down, and we're going to swing this up this way, and it's going to kind of fold in like that. And then we're just kind of folding that back and bringing it in so it just closes in on itself, and you'll just kind of, doesn't really snap shut, but it does click into place. And then you're swinging these around and just kind of folding them in, and this tab here is going to click into this area right here, and this tab here is going to click into that hole right there, and that's just going to kind of bring this whole thing together. Now this bit's not quite fiddly, but it is tricky. Not this part. This part's pretty easy. All you're doing is bringing this stuff, popping out and folding that in there. That's pretty easy peasy. But this right here, after we fold these in, this is going to get troublesome, because we're going to bring these up, and we're simultaneously getting these tabs right here into these slots, and we're getting these tabs here hooked into these holes right there. And it's easier said than done, and you kind of want to tilt the leg out a little and kind of work it in, and you can sort of see doing it from this side here that as that clicks in, this is hard to sort of line up, but it's much easier on one side than the other. and we're still not getting it on this one. Yeah, this one can be quite fiddly and difficult. So this is the tricky part. You gotta make sure that these tabs stay clicked into this area right here. And as you're pushing and trying to bring these in, those will come untabbed, moving the waist. So you gotta kind of hold this bit right here really firmly to keep that in, but you also need to try and aim and angle that in. And when you grab and do it on one side, you might pop the other side off. And so if you get one side, then you got to align the other on top of clicking this peg into here. So now you got to align this, you got to align this to that, and you got to align this to that. So it's a real huge pain, because see how I'm trying to hook it in here, but now you see the tab right there is above that area. So to get it to tab into that and into the other is difficult, but if you line it up right, you get it just like that. So that's real nice, but it is fiddly. I had it paused for a good 30 seconds messing with it to get the one side aligned just perfectly right. And when you do that, you'll see this, like this pops up sometimes when you do that, and that means that like yeah, see, that's just frustrating. So hold on. Yeah, there we go. You didn't need to see me do that, but I had to undo the whole thing again and refold the arms and connect these together to this, and then click it together, because that popped off just a little bit when I was aligning the one side. And so yeah, this guy can be a bit troublesome to transform. Just open that up, fold this in, just because that one step makes the whole thing so fiddly and difficult. But otherwise, this is a brilliant and fun figure, and even with that troublesome bit, that just adds another little step to the puzzle to make it a little bit more interesting. But it's a simple number of steps to perform, and just the one trick to it is pretty difficult. But the actual transformation itself is easy to remember and easy to do it. You just have to know that one little tricky fiddly secret. But let's get back to the comparison. Here we see Heart of Steel Optimus Prime next to the G1 toy version remake of Optimus Prime here, and the G2 Laser Prime remake. And yeah, this figure is a more standard Optimus Prime size, and he's quite a bit bigger, you can see, especially with these giant shoulder pads he's got. But still a head or two bigger than this fella here, who's just a little bit more tiny by comparison. So I would say he's a average regular sized figure when it comes to the deluxe scales. But yeah, very cool though. I dig him quite a bit. He's a fun guy. Doesn't look quite as good from the back. You can see a little bit funny and plain, but the sculpting on his shoulders here from that inside goes a long way for making the flat colors there still stand out and look cool, and it really makes the screws work well too. That's one thing I really appreciate about all these figures, and let's get these guys out of the way, is the fact that all these Heart of Steel figures pretty much optimize the screw areas to make them kind of integrate into the modes. Yeah, these two look sick together in robot mode, and just like they look great in vehicle mode together. Man, so cool. You can get some great dynamic posing and fun stuff going with them. I want to point out that you can get more articulation with him so long as you pull this back tail skirt thing up. So it doesn't block the peg back there. You can get a little bit more posing, but you do need to lift both the front and the back skirt to be able to get any major leg articulation with the upper thigh area of the leg swinging out. But yeah, when you do that, you can get some really cool poses with the little bit of that ankle tilt and stuff. And Yeah, just so much fun. These guys are great. Just a whole lot of fun. Really unique, fun vehicle modes. I love the era aesthetic. Just everything about this set is so much fun. I give it the highest recommendation. They come out to just about like $28 a figure if you split the price of the 2-pack in half. But for that price, I'd say these are fantastic quality Transformers and well worth picking up. They're super playable. They roll fantastically. This guy's swooshable as hell. Just 10 out of 10 Lawn Flamingos. I can't speak high enough about this series, and I'm really excited for the Bumblebee Megatron 2-pack that comes out later in the year. That's going to be so flipping cool. So thank you for joining me on this Transformer Tuesdays. I had an extra fun time getting to play with brand new toys here and getting to show them off to you and give a demonstration for transforming the figures, because I know that's helpful to some folks. I know it's helped me out a number of times when I've been stuck on a thing. I'll go looking it up. So anyhow, thank you so much. We'll catch you around. Give me a like if you stuck around this long, but I'm guessing you're already out of here. But yeah.